Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Hoarder. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 more comic books that I just recently got for my collection. These are foundational comic books, meaning that they are universal key issues. These are books that I've always chased after, that these will be universally recognized as keys by any single comic collector, any single dealer, and they will increase the overall value of my collection, the overall eye appeal, and that is why I bought them. I didn't buy them for speculation reasons. I just want to increase the overall eye appeal and value of my collection by adding these great keys to my collection. So hopefully you guys are excited. Here we go. This video is sponsored by the Shortbox app. It's the easiest and safest way to buy and sell graded comic books online. There's a link in the description below that lets them know that I sent you to download the app for both Apple and Android users. Download the app and start shopping or selling today. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's done the tag video so far. These are the 5 most significant books or significant keys in your comic book collection. And I want to thank everyone who's done that so far. It's got this great nostalgic feeling of a really tight comic book community. And I've discovered some really great newer YouTubers, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. That's the exact intention when I partnered up with the Comicholics channel to do this tag video. I wanted it to feel like the old days when we always supported each other, found new channels, helped raise up new channels, and together we grew as a community. It was really awesome, and thank you guys so much. I'll try to leave a card up in the top corner here of the playlist that I've formulated. If you don't see your video on the playlist, definitely comment down below and let me know that you've made a video. I will add it to the playlist. I want to watch these videos. That's the idea, is to watch great content from great community members. So thank you guys once again. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. And if you guys would, it really helps out the channel when you hit that thumbs up and comment down below. So once again, thank you. Here are the 5 books that I've added recently. These are key issues. These are foundational comic books. I'm really excited to have these in the collection. The first one up is Mr. Miracle #2, and this is the first appearance of Granny Goodness from 1971. It's the second appearance of Mr. Miracle. This is Jack Kirby Goodness from the Fourth World creation, his time during DC in the 70s. This is really, really cool stuff. Granny Goodness is an awesome villain for Mr. Miracle and that Fourth World. Really love it. And I got this one at a pawn shop and I actually kept the receipt on the back. I paid $20 for this book. Honestly, that's about what it's going for. $20 to $40 in raw condition is pretty much what you can find it. And on the 19th of March, a 9.0 sold for $187. So 20 to 40 bucks. That's not a bad price to find a cool Bronze Age first appearance by Jack Kirby. So I think that's a nice affordable key. This is in pretty decent condition. There's a little page hanging out. It's just a little miscut page down there hanging out. But Mr. Miracle #2, the first appearance of Granny Goodness, got it for 20 bucks. I definitely think that is a foundational key. There's that one. There's #1. And then of course, issue #4 is the first appearance of Big Barda. So those are definitely the keys that I would always chase. #1, #2, and #4. All being great first appearances. Next up is Tales of Suspense #82. I got this in a 6.0 white pages. I got this from Great River Collectibles in my hometown. And this is from 1966. I paid $60 for this book. And honestly, the going rate for 6.0 is about $55, but this one has nice white pages. And this is the first appearance of Adaptoid. And Adaptoid was created by AIM. And the goal of Adaptoid was to defeat Captain America and kill Captain America. And he did this. He was an android, and he did this by impersonating Avengers or friends of Captain America to get in and challenge him and fight him. So really cool book. He later becomes Super Adaptoid. And this is just a really cool Silver Age key in this Tales of Suspense run from 1966. Awesome, awesome book. And I got it for 60 bucks. It was local. And I was like, heck yeah, I'll pick up a great, first appearance of a Super Adaptoid is probably a C-rate villain for the Avengers, but I think it's a cool first appearance of his initial iteration as Adaptoid, the android designed to kill Captain America. Really cool book. Raw books, honestly, if you want an affordable key to bolster your key collection, especially a Silver Age key, 12 to 15 bucks. Probably don't need to pay much more than that to find a decent, like, mid-grade copy. 6.0, 55 bucks. A 9.4 white pages just sold on February 25th for $256. So you can get this in really high grade for really honestly affordable for a first appearance of a villain in the Silver Age. Next book up is Swamp Thing #1 from 1972. This is the first appearance of Alec Holland, the second Swamp Thing. So this is a really great book. It's a Len Wein story, and Bernie Wrightson cover and art. This is in pretty low condition. I got this in a collection, Silver and Bronze Age collection that I just got. I've never owned this book. There was a copy of this at a V-Stock in St. Louis, and I talked to the comic book manager or the manager of the shop, and he said, yep, we just got in a Swamp Thing #1, 700 bucks. And I was like, maybe. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. I've never owned a Swamp Thing #1. Glad I picked this one up in the collection for like half of that price. So, yep, really, really awesome book, and happy to have the first appearance of the second Swamp Thing, Alec Holland. Prices on that one, raw condition, they should be about $150 to $200. 4.0 just sold recently on March 20th for 4.0 for 110 bucks. 6.5 on the same day, March 20th for $337. And then a 9.4 the day before on March 19th for $558. It's a great Bronze Age DC key. Bernie Wrightson, amazing, amazing art for pretty good deal, under 600 bucks for a 9.4. Really, really nice, affordable keys here that you can add to your collection, increase the overall eye appeal of your collection, and bolster the overall value of your collection. Just makes it really, really nice when you're showing off your collection to, say, other friends, other collectors, other dealers, and they're saying, wow, you've got some really, really cool keys here. Next book up is another one that I got from Great River Collectibles. And this is Silver Surfer #4. I was looking around in the bins that he had, new collections, and he said, oh yeah, I got a new Silver Age collection. And it had a lot of DC, had like 2 or 3 Marvel books. And surprisingly enough, Silver Surfer #3 was one of the keys. I've never owned this book. I have owned #1 and #4 a couple times, but I've never owned #3. This is the first appearance of Mephisto from 1968. And I paid $200. And I think that is an okay price. It's a pretty decent copy of this book. And I just wanted to support him. You know, we don't see these books in our town that often. They don't show up. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy that book for that price. First appearance of Mephisto. Like I said, keys that I look for in the Silver Surfer Silver Age run are #1, #3, and #4, the great classic cover with Thor and Silver Surfer. Now, raw condition copies of this book have recently sold as recent as March 19th for $145 to $260. I honestly think this is a nicer condition than the one that sold on eBay for $260. Recently on March 20th, a 7.0 graded sold for $602. Now, this one's going to be about that 5.0 to 6.0 grade range. So maybe there's an upside of about, a couple $100 being that I paid $200. Not a cheap key by any means, but one just recently sold for $145. So if you want a cool Silver Age, really big baddie in Marvel, Mephisto is definitely a big bad. So this is one to pick up, and there's always been rumblings of Mephisto doing something. Regardless, we don't care about that. We just care that this is a foundational comic book key. This is easily recognizable and universally recognizable by anyone as a cool key. So really happy to add Silver Surfer #3, first appearance of Mephisto, for $200 to my collection. And the last one up is a grail book for so many people, including myself. I love this book. I remember being a kid and just thinking, wow, this is a great, great key. It's one that I definitely want in my comic book collection. I'll tell you exactly where I got it and how much I paid for it. So I was once again in Great River Collectibles, and I found Giant Size X-Men #1 in a 4.0. But look at the colors and look at the presentation on this book. I think this was severely undergraded. Now there is a little cut there, a little rip there. But honestly, that does not look like a 4.0 to me. I don't know what that cut does or what that little slice does right there, but this looks much greater than a 4.0. This would definitely be a book that could benefit from being cracked out. There's a few waves, but honestly, I don't think, and there's not even big creases or anything like that. I don't even think with that, that's the only flaw that I see on this book right there. maybe a slight cleaning and a press. And this thing is going to be like a 5.0, 6.0, but 4.0 off-white to white pages from 1975. The first appearance of the new X-Men, Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Thunderbird. It's just a great, great issue and such a great comic book for anyone who is an X-Men fan. And it's the second full appearance of Wolverine. So happy to have this one back in the collection. The highest grade that I ever had of this book was an 8.0, and I really, really love that book. I paid $1,500 for this book. Once again, it was local. You don't see these books local very often, so I had to pick it up. Comps on this book, a low raw grade sold recently on eBay for $438. Pretty low grade condition. Now raws typically go from $800 to $900 as recently on eBay as March 19th. 8.5 just sold for $4,200 on the 20th. 6.0 sold for $2,341 on the 19th. And a 4.0 just like this, a couple recent sales were March 7th for $1,375. So I paid up a little bit on this one, but I think I got them on that Silver Surfer. So I owed Brian, the owner, a little bit. So I think I paid him up on this one to make up the difference on the great deal that he gave me for that one. So $1,375 on the 7th, $1,400 on December 23rd for a 4.0 as well on eBay. Like I said, I paid $1,500 and I actually honestly got Giant Size X-Men #2 with it as well. And that was a 4.5. I'll show that in a future video as well, just random haul stuff. But big shout out to Great River Collectibles. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them on Whatnot. You can find them on Facebook. Great, great group. Here are the Silver and Bronze Age foundational books for this edition of the Foundational Comic Book Series. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed. Once again, if you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. You guys hit that thumbs up, really do appreciate it, and comment down below what you thought of this video, and I will talk to you all on the next one. See ya, bye.